Most people around here know that Osage Park in Danville, California is a great place to spend a Saturday afternoon in the spring.
Friends and family, ready? Bill's ready, let's go!
There you go, Locker, get
One, two, three, go!
defense!
And anyone that's been here for a while knows that the one behind the scenes that makes it a great place is Cyndee Ragan. 21 years ago, Cyndee would have been a great candidate for this award as she and her husband Mike started the oldest of their 3 sons in Danville Little League's T-ball program. For most of the next 2 decades, you could usually find Cyndee at Osage Park, cheering those teams on, keeping score, or organizing a team event. Today, with her 3 sons graduated from seniors in big league play, Cyndee is our league information officer. She administers registration for our 750 players and 500 parent volunteers. She coordinates with our sponsors, communicates on our league's behalf with district staff and league parents, facilitates monthly board meetings, and runs our social media accounts.
So when you think of Danville Little League, who do you think of?
Cyndee Ragan. She's Miss Danville Little League. I don't know how we could buy without her.
She's the Danville Little League mom.
First as team mom, and now our league mom, Cyndee's a mainstay in our community. Literally thousands of Danville kids and their families have passed through our league since Cyndee and Mike started with their kids in the 1990s.
So, Mom of the Year, yeah, I agree. You're definitely Mom of the Year. You probably, your title should be Mrs. Danville Little League Baseball or something like that. You know, one of the reasons I'm still here in Little League, even though I don't have any kids playing anymore, is because of you. So I appreciate all the dedication and just everything you've done for this league and all the families that what you've done in this league. Everybody you've helped, from the kids all the way up to the adults.
In all of my travels throughout the Western region and with my 2 decades involved in Little League, I have never seen anybody that has been as dedicated as Cyndee. And
she spends hours out here tirelessly working to make this league a great league, make the park a safe park for us to bring our kids. She's done a great job in really supporting the Challenger program and helping kids who can't play on a regular team come out and see really what the Little League experience is all about. The league wouldn't be the league it is without Cyndee Ragan.
Well, Cyndee, since her kids has been bigger than a team mom, she's been more like a league mom, and we're one of the fortunate leagues to have over 700 players still, which most of the leagues don't have. So you think about that, most team moms have to deal with 12 kids and 24 parents and the siblings. Well, Cyndee's had to deal with 720 kids and 1,400 parents. So her contribution to our league has been, you can't replace it. And Danville League is only successful, thankful to her efforts and the endless amount of hours she puts in. So not only is it administrator, but carnival and snack shack, and she just does everything. You know, most Little Leagues have 6 or 7 people that basically do all the work. And Cyndee's been one of those 6 and 7 for over 20 years. So as a Little League mom, I find it hard to believe there'd be anybody out there that's done more for their league and more for their kids and more for the spirit of Little League than Cyndee.
You were always someone who I've been able to come to talk about all the things going on with Little League, and you were kind of that continuity that made everything work. So as we would transition the older kids out and my younger kids came up, you were always the constant that made this thing run. Through different presidents, through different teams, through different issues. It's always been you. You are the one, there's that thing that the one constant throughout time has been baseball. The one constant throughout Danville Little League has been you.
One of the most important things that Cyndee does is connect our league's present to its past, specifically by hosting special games tournaments each summer in honor of 3 Danville Little League players that died at very young ages.
We have a memorial tournament for Joey Moore. He passed away in 2001. Our first year was 2004. 9-year-old tournament. It's always one of the first tournaments of the season. And it's always been a great experience. We've had so many compliments from the other visiting teams and everybody who's coming to Danville.
Cyndee, you're just amazing to me. And what
Cyndee,
you've done for our tournament, let alone all the Little Leaguers. Cyndee, we just want to say thank you. And gosh, Mom of the Year, you are totally super Mom of the Year. And from all you've gone through lately, and you're just strong as ever. So
we appreciate everything you've done, and thanks Danville Little League and Cyndee in particular for running everything. And that's one thing about Danville Little League is the kids can all come down here and hang out all day long, and they got barbecues, and it's just a great place. It's a great little league.
She is the go-to person. The board has changed over the years, the teams have changed, the family has changed, and one thing has remained the same. Cyndee's around. If there's a question to be answered, Cyndee has the answer or knows who does.
Last August, Cyndee was diagnosed with breast cancer. She battled chemotherapy treatments through the fall, then surgeries and radiation through the spring. Little League Baseball became a big part of Cyndee's physical and mental therapy. Her husband Mike, their 4 kids, and her extended baseball family joined together to fight this disease with her. As word spread that we were submitting this nomination, more and more came forward asking for a chance to share their stories about why Cyndee deserves to be called the Mom of the Year.
The thing that stands out the most about Cyndee is she is an amazing woman and an amazing mother. And when I say mother, I mean mother not just to her kids, who, by the way, all of her boys have played at every level, every year, all the way through the Little League organization, but then has touched thousands and thousands and thousands of other kids, boys and girls in Little League. And it's just been amazing. From the regular season teams that she's out on the field 6-7 days a week, helping that league, Danville, run seamlessly, one of our model leagues, to all the summer tournaments where we see many guests, thousands of kids, not just within District 57, but also our surrounding neighboring districts. Through my experiences and involvement throughout the Western region, she stands out as just being a completely stellar role model and befitting of that title, that moniker, mother. She takes every one of these kids and considers them to be one of her own and treats them as such.
Cyndee, I can remember a day 12 years ago when Tristan and Jacob were playing t-ball together, and Tristan made a great play, and I said to Tristan, I said, "Do you know your mom saw that?" He goes, "She saw that? How'd she see that?" I said, "That's because moms have eyes in the back of their head. They see everything." And Tristan was like, "Oh my gosh." He was like dumbfounded. Moms really have eyes in the back of his head? So he walked up to his mom. He's like, "Mom, come here. Turn around." He's like looking in the back of her head, looking for eyes back there. And I said, "No, you can't really see them, Tristan, but you do have eyes in the back of his head." And that's just Cyndee. She knows everything going on, raised 4 great kids, 4 fantastic kids, and just an asset to the community and to Danville Little League.
When my dad's truck got stolen, we didn't even get mad. That's how much part of our family you are. Like, I don't make my bed in the morning, my dad will get mad. But when that happens, he didn't even get mad at you. That's how much part of our family you are.
Years
I mean, her oldest sons grew up playing with my brother, and she's been part of our family and my extended family for years. And she started out here 20 years ago, and she's still out here just busting her tail every single day. So we love her very much, and we're very lucky to have her.
She kind of just invited me into her family, and everybody loves her. She does so much for this community, and just thank you. And I don't even know what to say. Like, this award is perfect for her. She is. She's not just my best friend's mom. She is Osage's mom. She's gone through so much, and this is perfect for her. Just countless memories that I can't even say them all, but just thank you so much for everything you've done. And this is just awesome and perfect for you. So
I've known Mrs. Ragan for about 10 years, and over these 10 years, so many people have thought that I'm her daughter because of how much we look like, but also because of how much time we spent together. Mrs. Ragan has watched me grow up, but she's also helped me grow into the person that I am today, and I couldn't thank her enough for all that she's done for me and for my family. I'm extremely grateful to be able to call her my second mother. I love you so much, Mrs. Ragan.
We've met a lot of great people in baseball in Danville Little League and a lot of great friends around us now. But if anyone qualifies as family, you're in.
It's you. Thank you,
So,
Mrs. Ragan. Thank you. Thank
So
you, Cyndee.
Mom of the Year makes a lot of sense. I think I talk to you more than almost anybody in my life between Monday and Saturday. Maybe not Sunday, but the rest of the week, constantly there with you. It's such a pleasure doing stuff with you. You're so fun to be around and always happy-go-lucky. Really happy that everything's kind of working out here for you. You're almost done with the rest of your treatments, and we're looking forward to seeing you at the park every day there afterwards. Boys?
I just want to thank you for everything you've done. Thank you, Mrs. Ragan.
You're always like a baseball mom to me. Home away from home mom.
As a mom, what can I say? I've watched her raise her children from T-ball through our big league baseball program. The two oldest boys played on our big league teams that went to regions. Cyndee was there all the way through, whether she was keeping score for us or help us order things or to get us planned to go off to districts or weekly events or even off to regions. She was there to help us. To go beyond that, mom of a daughter that super athlete, University of Oregon cheerleader, a number of national championships, a huge cheerleader for District 57. She's been with us for all 15 years of our Challenger Jamborees, where she helps us logistically and with volunteers. She's been there for the first 5 years of our Little League Baseball Intermediate World Series. I volunteer at the event, helping us coordinate the teams, helping us as a team host. So just a wonderful person, a good friend, a great mom. We're going through some troubling times right now, health-wise. Our prayers are with her, but I can tell in my stops out on the fields on the weekends, she hasn't missed a weekend out at Danville Little League, and Danville Little League is very well, and they're blessed to have someone who, with kids out of the program right now, are still out there helping out. She doesn't do it for an award, she does it out of her heart, and I know all of our hearts across Little League Baseball are with Cyndee, as she's a fighter, she'll make her way through this. So thank you for being such a good friend. Thank you for doing what you do for Little League Baseball. Thank you for doing what you do for the community. We're better off because of what you do.
Our community is very fortunate and thankful to know Cyndee and be part of her family. The last thoughts here come from her brother, kids, her husband Mike, and her Osage family.
Because before my sister was an unbelievable Little League mom, she was an unbelievable Little League sister. Came to all of my games. She was always one of the first ones there to watch the game and one of the first ones on the field to congratulate me after a win. And I still remember those days, those summer afternoons vividly. And looking back, I was a young kid. My sister was older than me, and probably wasn't the coolest thing in the world for an older sister to go to her little brother's baseball game. But my sister did it every time. She hung out, she supported us, she supported the league, And now fast forward to what she's done as a Little League mom, as a league administrator, as a jack of all trades, doing everything anybody has ever asked of her. She's selfless, her determination, her dedication, her passion, her constant care and love and support for everybody around her. You would have thought that her commitment to Little League stopped when her kids stopped playing Little League, but she has continued to give back to Little League, to give of herself. All of this, as we all know, while she's enduring treatment for cancer, and she has not skipped a beat. She's never once said, "Woe is me." She's got so much support and love around her, but from her little brother, I want her to know how much her support meant to me when I was a little boy playing Little League, and how much I love her, and what an unbelievable inspiration she is to everybody that's ever known her and been around her. And she truly is, whether she's elected or not, in my opinion, and I think everybody else in Danville Little League in the Bay Area, Cyndee Ragan is absolutely the Little League Mom of the Year. I love you, Cyndee. You're the best.
A quick story about my mom. This was this past winter as she was going through all of her chemo treatments. And we show up, I think it was her second or third treatment, and it's a rainy day, so we run inside, get everything settled. And she's sitting down in her chair, and we always joke that she had the room with the view because she was right by the window, so she could look out, see all the trees, everything. And here she is, she has the IV in, all ready to go, and she looks out the window and looks at us and goes, "Is it still raining outside?" And we look, and we're like, "Yeah, it's still raining." She goes, "I didn't close the fields. I need to call and get the baseball fields closed for the day. I need to make sure everyone knows they don't need to show up for practices or games today." And we just looked at her and laughed because that's so typical, always worrying about everyone before herself, making sure that everything's taken care of, regardless of what's going on in her own personal life. And I just feel so blessed to have her as my mom, and I couldn't be happier to share her with everyone else in the community and everyone that's a part of Danville Little League. We're all so lucky to have you. Love you, Mom.
Mom, you really are something so special to so many, including myself, of course, and my siblings and your family. But it goes further than that when it comes to Danville Little League and everything that has to do with it, because I know that you have a hand in so many activities and events that have to do with the league. It really is special to see what you've done for the league. I know that you think it's just second nature and you think it's just part of your life at this point in time, but the countless hours and the extra mile that you put in for each and every single thing that you do for that league is truly incredible. You treat everyone part of that league as your own. I'm lucky to have you as my real mother, and I know that everyone else at Osage and down at the ballpark is lucky to have you as sort of that parental figure, because you do so much for them, and so much for the coaches, the players, the umpires. We're all so grateful to have you down there, and that league would truly not be what it is without you. Love you, Mom.
I first want to start off by giving God the glory for blessing us with the opportunity to be a part of Danville Little League. We started this journey probably 21 years ago, a little over 20 years ago, and I can honestly say that it's been so much fun watching her interact with each and every one of the boys' teams as they grew older. From an umpire's point of view, there isn't a better place to play because of the experience that she creates here at Danville Little League. She truly exemplifies everything that a mom should be. It's probably one of the reasons that I married her, honestly, is she's just an incredible mom. And she really takes that mom part of it very seriously when it comes to Danville Little League as well.
Thank you to Little League for letting us share Cyndee's story. And thank you, of course, to Cyndee.
Thank you, Mrs. Ragan. Thank you, Mrs. Ragan. Thank you, Mrs. Ragan.
Thank you so much, Cyndee. You're like my second mom, honestly. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Ragan.
Thank you, Mrs. Ragan.
You make this league and I'm just happy to have said that I've been able to do this with you. I'm glad you're doing better. I love you.
Thank you, Mrs. Ragan.
Thank you, Mrs. Ragan! Thank you, Mrs. Ragan!
Thank you, Mrs. Ragan, for all your planning. Thank you. Thank you! Oh, yeah! Whoa!
Thanks, Miss Ragan. Thanks, Mrs. Ragan. Thank you, Mrs. Ragan.
She's awesome. That's all you can say, Cyndee. We love you, and thanks so much for all your help with Joey's tournament.
Thank you, Mrs. Ragan.
She's awesome, and we couldn't run without her. Thank you.
I'm proud to call her a friend, and proud to have her in my life, and know that she's touched my kids as well. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Ragan.
Thank you, Mrs. Reagan.
Thank you, Mrs. Reagan, for everything you've done.
Thank you, Mrs. Ragan.
Keep your chin up. We love you. And thank you.
To the Little League folks watching this video, thank you for considering our nomination. Cyndee is truly unique. She's a great mom, and no doubt you get the sense watching everybody on video what effect she's had on my family and so many others over the years. When Cyndee was diagnosed with breast cancer in the fall, it was a gut punch for all of us. But it's been pretty inspiring to see how so many have rallied to help her and the family, to drive her to appointments, to prepare meals. She's getting 20 years of payback, which is exactly what she deserves. Our board has done a number of things this year to thank Cyndee and to recognize her. You probably noticed a lot of pink hats in the video, pink wristbands on the kids. We've raised money for one of our local cancer support groups. But when we decided we were going to submit a nomination on her behalf for this Mom of the Year award, I honestly never expected so many people would want to come out and contribute on video, sharing their stories about their times and memories with Cyndee, their kids with Cyndee. It's been fun, and I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we did producing it and sharing it with her. Thank you.